And as an actor, breaking down those boundaries, and really that's what I think a lot of the, well, I don't even remember what I call it was the opening of the book, so that was a lot of pages ago, but I call them the theater practitioners, because what you said is you started in theater, and on camera is 100% different. Theater's out here, camera's right here. And there's a big
Michael Caine famously said, theater is working with an axe, and movies is working with a laser.
And you know what? I actually have a video link in my book of how he tells about the dominant eye.
That's my Bible. Like acting and film, it was gifted to me when I was like 9.
Hello, my name is Lorenzo. I am an actor. Yeah, you can bring me up a little. I like to be really loud. I think I'm.
I can see that.
Yeah, it helps me. It helps me from overcompensating. It's all the fact. I think I'm 1. It says 1 in the headphones, but it could be wrong. 1. There you go. Yeah, you can. That's perfect. Yeah, then I don't yell so much. So how are your cans? You guys?
Good. Yeah. Good. Yes.
Are we hot setted? I'm gonna. You know what? I'm probably gonna wind up throwing those coffees everywhere by leaning on this table.
It's gonna be an awesome, legendary.
We're trained.
Wait, we have to do this. Now it looks like you have a coffee habit. Let's see. She has a caffeine. I just wanted to frame it so you now. Yeah, she's like, it's facts. What you're saying is accurate. Coffee habit.
Look here.
We'll be taking breaks in the middle of it because she'll need more.
She need more, of course.
It's not the tequila.
No.
Because I would never drink during a show like this.
Of course.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers.
To you guys.
Thank
and
you
gals,
so much.
And so I can't thank you enough for doing this.
Are you kidding?
I had to bribe you to say you can use the studio if you do my podcast. That's kind of how I am. Everybody knows. They're like, how do you get all these amazing guests on, Vic? I'm like, I bribe them, blackmail them.
You're hanging around with a lot of Sicilians, I see.
Yeah, well, that's a fact. As you saw by walking in the door. Yes, we actually have this.
Yes,
is like
we have something
the Italian version of the podcast. We got to cue some music.
Sicilians in the house.
Artistry going on. It's really. This is a good Sunday.
It is. It's fantastic.
It's already a long Sunday.
It's a lot. Yeah, you guys have come from the other coast.
And we worked already. We had a beautiful client, and she was waiting for us in Sardinia via Zoom.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and we helped her with her self-tape for a big Hollywood project.
We also recorded
shooting,
your auditions.
Huh?
We also recorded it.
Audition for you? Oh yeah, I did also an audition for I also did
forgetting about yourself.
Yeah, I auditioned as well, and that took us a while.
So gosh, I probably should kick this off and start getting into this. So first off, everybody, welcome back. I'm so excited to share with you because let's at first explain how we have these two. I'm going to make you watch to see who they are first. So we're going to just roll into this and say, about a year ago, a dear friend of mine, somebody you've seen on the podcast, reached out to me, my buddy Chris Perez from Universal, and he said, hey, I've got a friend who would like to use your studio and teach a bunch of actors how to use firearms. I was like, that makes a lot of sense. You know, it's very important training. I'm like, come on down. And he's wearing the shirt. Look at that. That's merch. You know, we should put like a little flying arrow where it's like, buy now.
I swear it's like pure coincidence. I was attracted to the shirt today. It kind of happened.
You felt it. You're like, I'm going back to the, okay. Yeah. And that's what happened. So James reached out and super good guy. Great actor, great, amazing, great guy. And he's like, I want to do this. I'm like, huh?
A great teacher.
Great teacher. Yeah,
great coach as well.
And so I love it. You know, because this industry, as you guys know, takes you everywhere.
Yep.
And so that's when you guys showed up and were like, "Hey, we know a little bit about this acting thing." I'm like, "Really? Yeah. Let's talk. Just let's talk." So why don't I would love to do the introductions, but here's what's even better for you guys. We know each other, but we really don't know each other. So we're going to do, this is going in cold. And I love that about this. Yeah. It's one of my favorite things. Because
it's way better. I mean, I love improv.
We explore, and that's exactly,
I love
any
improv.
good actor would.
Yeah.
And I should say, I warned them both, and I'll warn all of you, I'm talking a little faster because I over-caffeinated this morning. Okay. Because I went to bed at 5:30 in the morning.
Let's continue.
Cheers. Oh, I'm on the tequila now. You get it? All right. Wait, how's it go? No, I got to find that song. Oh, well, that's a whole nother one. Yeah, we're hitting them all. I'll find it while we're doing that. But and you guys will laugh because this was a big one. Anyway, let's keep going. So what I was going to say is every day are catching me at you all catching me at my I don't even know, my lack of sleep, caffeinated. Now we're having tequila because I'm going to be in Tokyo on the 20th, which is 6 days from now, teaching a workshop, which I thought was only going to have maybe 10 to 12 actors. That's now got 30.
I got an unhealthy, increasing amount of jealousy mounting up in my system when I hear that you are gonna teach in fucking Tokyo.
Well, you wait. I have some anxiety because it's been a few years, other than self tapes and working on movie sets and coaching, but bringing a group, and I don't know the level. I've asked, and it seems it's all across the board, but a lot of them are foreigners. And the reason I'm doing is the agency there, they're the biggest in Japan, and they're looking at bringing more actors, international actors. And I've been working with them for a few years. Actually, my daughter just exclusively signed with them in Japan as an actress. So I'm very excited, and that's how all this came about. And they've been trying to get Luke back there to
the ways of
Japan
the Lord are just amazing.
So it's just such a weird industry how everybody's 1 degree away and the collaborative
nature. Isn't that like But
so,
you will be you're gonna be amazing. So don't.
You heard it.
You're going to be amazing.
I'm just going to insert amazing anyway. We'll delete all the negative comments that they're going to post. But so I'm prepared because I've been working, as they've heard, on an acting book for years, and I finished it last night. Oh, wow. At 5:30 in the morning.
And here you're talking to someone who's working on his
And you're
material.
working on an acting book.
Yes.
And we just found that out. So I'm excited. I will share with you.
Yes. But first of all, congrats, because I know the suffering, I know the hardmanship, I know what you probably went through, right? Because also, we know each other from October last year, right?
I know,
so
that was...
We just had, the opportunity to kind of, see us there for a couple of hours and catching up, through the phone. And you're, this exuberant, great, outgoing, emanating positive energy type of character. And I mean, it's obvious that you're drooling, that you're dripping from, wisdom and knowledge about the industry and about the things, because you're a wanderer, an adventurer. And so I can only imagine what it means to kind of condense your crazy mind into like one page, right? Yes.
It's funny you say that. I'll give you a little where I went with. So thank you. No, that means a lot because, well, actually, this is a perfect way for me to frame it, because I studied in New York for years, classically trained. I mean, I grew up in the old days, Method and, Meisner and Stanislavski and all the ones, and studied, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, moving on. So I have a very unique background, but I've also, about 5 years ago, when COVID hit, I saw how much the industry was currently changing in its, and then COVID essentially obliterated the industry, and then with the strikes, which is just compounded, and so much more, and every before politics and social media, and where social media, because really, if you have an hour a day to consume something, you're most likely consuming it here, and that's social media. It's not a giant big screen TV or movie or IMAX. But I also, people are like, oh, the theaters are going to die. No, look at F1. Look at what's going on. Yeah. People still want that. They're craving that in a different way. And so what you just said is the knowledge. I'll say it here. While I was writing one of the chapters, and my audience that I'm always trying to impress, you'll laugh, is my kids, because they've both grown up in this industry since they were 5. Right. They know this industry in and out. And the reason I try and impress them is because they won't let me get away with bullshit. They'll call me on it, and I love that. Even when we're doing self tapes and coaching and acting, and I had to kind of write this book where they would actually be like, oh, okay. And there's a Dr. Cialdini, he wrote a book called influence and the power of persuasion.
Yep.
You're familiar with
Yes.
it. It's called Click and Whirl Behavior Patterns. And I took that one chapter from his book, A Click and Whirl, and put it into the way people view method acting.
Mm-hmm.
And I broke it apart and said, here's the paradigms that we as humans have.
Nice.
And it was my only, and I literally laughed and I had to use AI and everything to see if anybody ever had to quote it, and they didn't. So I went, oh my God, I finally because you get into method acting and you get so deep in these tranches, and my book is completely the opposite. Mine is like, mine's bathroom reading. Okay, it's
that's the best reading. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
That's like my best ideas are my bathroom
well.
ideas.
What you guys can't see on the camera, but what's above here are rules that I say for a performance. When an actor walks in, if they nail all 12 of those, they're going to have an amazing performance. And each one has a vertical. So I made those chapters as rules, and then I threw in lucky number 13 because that's my lucky number, and everybody, and that really goes into the social media aspect of what's going on in content. Mm-hmm. So I'm so excited to talk with you guys because you have a robust knowledge and background in acting. You are doing it here in Miami, which 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I would have said, what is wrong with you guys? Right. However, everybody is moving to Miami. It's probably the number one city in the world right now in growth and everything. And so...
But that, funny enough, wasn't actually the reason why we didn't know that. Like...
give us your story. Wait, first let's do the introductions.
Sure.
You guys look to the camera, and now we're going to introduce you. I'm not going to... wait, actually, it's better if you introduce how you want it. Oh, would you introduce her, and then she'll introduce you?
No, Lorenzo will introduce both of us.
Lorenzo's handling... Oh, sorry, Lorenzo. You just... All right.
So, here we go.
I'm going to get your theme music in a minute. Keep going.
All right.
Here we go. This is Lorenzo from the CoachMC Studio. And my wife and I, we founded this amazing facility 11 years ago. My background is acting, Shakespeare, stage, commercial, long hours on studio lots for soap operas, telenovelas, and feature movies. And lots of incredible encounters all over the globe with very creative people led me to find that there was a passion inside of me, and to convey all these experiences and put them in some sort of a technique to give people a toolbox to really remarkably enhance their potential, their talents, their passion, their creative core. Because I truly believe through these incredible 3.5 decades that I've spent in entertainment industry, in fashion industry, in production design, in recording music and writing songs, and entertainment industry as a whole, I've explored it in all of its facets, granularly, with all its beautiful and also very dark corners. And I truly believe that everyone has a creative core, and that the reason that people are depressed, the reason that people don't feel like they own their body, they don't own their mind, they don't own their life, is the fact that they haven't tapped, that they haven't successfully drilled through the 3 crusts that actually kind of block us from getting that direct access to our creative core. I believe that there are 3 layers of opposition, 3 defense rings around that fortress, that keep, that wonderful castle that holds the holy grail of our, creativity. And once we drill through them, once we get access to, once we are inside of that castle, we can literally go anywhere with our creativity. And so when I really believe that this would be somehow now the choice of our existence, like we poured everything that we had into this company, and we bore this method, this studio, this way of living, a philosophy, and a way of working each day on helping these creators worldwide to do better.
Which is fascinating, because if you think about the tools that you, everything you just said is breaking through. Yeah. Right? It's as people, and I put what's funny about, and I'm definitely going to share with my book with you later today. I'll email it to you. But the reason I say that is I never made a chapter longer than a few pages, because I felt that if you're writing that much more, it almost became, which is funny because I'll talk, as you guys will know, forever. But when it's the nuggets And that's what the rules are. Just give me the nugget and let me self-explore. Let me unpack. And that's what a lot of this is. And what you just said is I used these references to essentially get you to look at yourself and how you grew up. And not, and this isn't method. This isn't.
No, I mean,
actually,
Chekhov.
I make fun of all of this stuff.
Absolutely. One of the great inventors of, what we call contemporary theater. Chekhov said, if you want to be a great artist, if you want to produce remarkable art, you have to have a great life. It's as easy. So you always have to look inside. If we look into the spiritual teachings, even to the Bible, what is everyone telling us, from Krishnamurti over Buddha to Jesus Christ? To everybody's telling us, look inside, right? The kingdom of heaven is that you are the temple,
right?
So you have to construct what I call a cathedral of success in order to let success feel welcome in your system. You attract everything that you are,
right.
And so you have first to build that.
Yes.
So success feels like, oh, right, this is the connection that I want to have. This is someone who truly deserves my energy, my potential, my ideas, and everything. And so then it flows through you. It literally does, even though it sounds a bit woogie boogie. But it's truly this is what happens when you work on your craft.
I want to share with you, and I didn't put it in the book, and I need to go back and put it. There was a story with Johnny Depp.
It's not finished.
What happened?
Not finished.
It's not finished.
Who's talking? Why?
The books are never finished. Everybody knows the book is never finished. Like a movie. A movie's never finished. You can just edit and edit.
And artwork is never finished.
Yeah, exactly. But what you just said is one of the things is Marlon Brando and Johnny Depp were together for the first time on a scene, and they shared a poem. There was a pre-pen to a play that everybody. I don't want to ruin it. I'll put the link below for everybody. And I was going to put in the book. I forgot to do it. But once you just said that, there is so much spirituality. There's so much of something inside of us that you almost need to get it out in a weird way. Whether it's a writer, whether it's a director, and forgive me, I think I'm far enough that I can't get punched. But I did say this book was all about actors, not scripties, not writers, not DPs, and there's a reason why. And I'm now, but you'll call me and be like, you'll be like, he said what? Anyway, so I digress. And I don't want to be talking about the book. I want to be talking about the industry.
No, I want to talk about the book. I want to know more about it because
it's just top of the mind because I finished and I got to go to Japan and teach this class. So I could use some pointers from you guys because I have to fill 3.5 hours.
My unhealthy jealousy is coming back. I almost forgot. You made me almost forget it that you are
I'll bring it up a few more times.
No, sure.
Anyway, so please get into you guys. I want to hear all about you, not me. I want to know you came, well, first off, the Italian background, Hollywood, because you've been in Hollywood for years. You then now decided Miami. Okay.
So we need to give some context. Let's do it really fast. So I was born in Sicily, but my parents decided I was literally a baby that, I was born in the 70s. So they decided to move to Germany to open up a restaurant there.
Whoa.
And so I grew up,
where in Germany and what kind of restaurant?
That was Wiesbaden. It was close to Frankfurt and also close to an American base called Rammstein, which is actually the biggest American base, I think, on the continent, except the one that they have in Turkey. So it was a huge base. And we're talking about the 80s where it was still allowed in Germany to pay with US dollars. We would in Germany accept US dollars everywhere. So my parents opened not only like a trattoria, some touristy restaurant. No. They open up like a super fancy, really, really, really delicious place.
Oh.
And so all of these American officers started coming in. And this is, by the time I was 5, I was hearing this American English. And I could see these officers, generals, and, high people, whole folks like being in this place. And to me, these uniforms, these folks, they were fascinating. I wanted to, and I started imitating their gestures, their postures. I was starting imitating their voice. No,
you were acting.
I'm not kidding. This is really like how everything
Yeah.
started. My father brought me also to those yearly air shows on this Rammstein. It's like this huge army base.
Right.
So I was seeing these jet fighters and these huge transporters, these machines. I was so impressed already without even knowing that this was American. But I was already in the American world and the American culture without actually consciously realizing that as a kid. And so everything there was this night where my parents had this huge dinner prepared, really big people. Karajan, a famous conductor from Germany, he made 500 million German marks back then with Beethoven, really big people coming in. and American officers again. And so we had this huge dinner night, and it was because my mother, she's like the Sicilian terror. She's like the Tasmanian devil, right? She was more organized. My father.
I won't say anything about Sicilian women. Sicilian women are very tough women, and I mean that in a very good way. And that's coming from somebody who lives in Miami.
Amazing.
Sicilian women are the most dangerous women on the planet.
They are,
but loving.
They're amazing. My mom is absolutely amazing.
She's a werewolf. She's a
devil. She's a devil.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, it's all good. So my father was taking care of the wine and everything. My mom was taking care of the kitchen, and so there was no one to speak. And I was 5 years old, mind you. And this journalist who was supposed to come in, because back in the days in Germany, you had German and Italian news in the afternoon on one of those regional channels from the national broadcast, because we had so many Italian immigrants, like the Spanish here, so you had Italian news also.
Right.
And this guy was perfect and fluent in German and also in Italian, so my mom kind of contacted him and kind of lured him in. And once he had one night he came over for dinner, so he said, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to present your menu in front of all these people. But he didn't show up. And my mom was like in deep crisis, and all these people waiting for the menu to be announced. We had a gondola coming from Venice in the middle with the fish buffet. It was absolutely nuts. So everybody was like, okay, when is this thing like? And so my mom looked at me.
It says.
She picks up the mic. She turns it on and said, make them laugh. And she gives me the mic.
Your mom's brilliant.
And this is how everything started.
I told you, they're geniuses.
This is how everything started.
And now there you are. You're performing.
Yes. And now I'm a performer, an actor, an acting coach. Everything started. And it started also with, again, not to sucking up, because it's true. It started with American culture. Because, of course, after that night, I don't remember anything. I just remember everyone laughed. I didn't even, I just started telling stories. Everyone laughed. I introduced the menu. It went for, I was 5 years old. And at the end, I had this little cigarillo box, and it was filled with German marks, which back in the days was real money, not the current fiat currency. It's worth nothing anymore. It was real money. So I had this box that was over, like...
You're like, this is a good gig.
This is a good gig. This is how everything started.
To getting the bug. So you got bit young.
Yeah.
To our coffee girl. Do we need? Do I need to cut and get you more coffee? Or
I'm good.
She needs coffee. It's her blood.
I'm keeping an eye when it goes empty. I'll run and get more. What an awesome story! And so then now take us to kind of today. How you want?
Sure. So I went into acting very early. I started acting when I was 10, and then my first professional gigs came by when I was 12. It was big theater stages. We're talking 1,200 people, 1,300 people. So I started already like projecting, and I went through background roles. I got into an agency, went to drama school, and then eventually...
Where'd you go to drama school?
Yeah, in Stuttgart, in southern Germany. I started playing Shakespeare extensively all over Germany. I was part of the independent Shakespeare group of Berlin. And at a certain point, there was this audition coming in, and I looked at the phone at the description and said, well, this is me. So I went to this audition, and they immediately gave me the role. It wasn't even a callback. And that role was actually just scripted for 3 months. The whole show was only scripted for 100 episodes. And it turned out to be the biggest success in German history since the introduction of cable TV. And so I blew up overnight, literally overnight, from an unknown theater actor to this, soap opera star.
That's correct.
Which was great for the first 8 months, and then dun 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 dun.
The birth of the telenovela. Every day. Wait.
But I checked in, I checked out, and overall, I stayed there for 18 years, and we aired in 26 countries. And then, in the middle of this whole thing, I bumped into my wife. That was 17 years ago.
Yeah, 17 years. On a set in Palermo.
A set in Palermo?
Yeah, shooting Palermo, yes.
Yeah, I like Palermo.
It's a wonderful town.
Palermo's
Isn't it amazing? The food there. Imagine the Arabs, this is no joke, this is really. Like the Arabs, they had a couscous festival, a yearly international couscous festival. It was always in northern African countries.
Right.
Now, they brought it to Sicily because they say Sicilians are making couscous better than us. And so the yearly international couscous festival is near Palermo in a town called, it's actually San Vito lo Capo. Yeah.
Wow. It's funny because, I'm a big foodie, travel the world, and I lived in Sicily for a little while. And you just brought me back when you said that too. I used to take the scooter and I'd I'd leave and go east, and there's a little restaurant, and this is what people don't get. It's all, you're riding and you're on the highway, and the restaurant, here's the water, and there's the restaurant kind of on a rock with like a fryer.
It's beautifully built. No permits.
Oh, no. Just, totally sketchy. And I'm like, and literally they're like, what? And I show up because whenever I was coming, this was at least 2-3 times a week. I'm like, I want my sardines. I'd want the sardines. And exactly.
I'm getting
they
hungry.
threw the net. You literally order the sardine. You're like, they'd be like, hang on.
No,
they go, they throw the fucking net. They pull in these sardines. They go in the fryer. You'd watch it, and they'd hit them with the salt. And I'm like this. Better than French fries. Just give me.
Much better. Yeah.
And I'm just like, I still remember that, and that was 20 years ago, and I'm like, I need to go back to that restaurant. Well, it's probably not there anymore. They're making couscous now. No, I'm just kidding.
But the fact that Sicilian cuisine is so good is because over the millennia, because I mean, Sicily is already 8,000 years before Christ. There was already population culture going on, and so the Arabs, the Normans, the French, everybody brought his cuisine, his spices, his recipes and ingredients, and then they left eventually. But we Sicilians, we kind of melted everything together. We still have garlic.
Now that's cultural appropriation. So don't say that out loud. You're gonna get in trouble. I might get canceled for just saying. Yeah, no, but that was before the time.
You know what we call this?
Because that's 8,000 years.
You know what we call this? We call this art. It's called fucking art.
Thank you.
You
mean when you can incorporate everybody's ideas together and share?
When you bring in factors. This is art.
What do you mean? What a beautiful idea.
What am I going to tell you? I'm crazy.
Anyway. Sorry, I had to get
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm old school.
You know what's the damn tequila's getting me all feisty. I got to slow down. It's Sunday and I'm getting feisty. But no, and what you just said is the Sicilian culture is unbelievably rich.
Yeah.
Unbelievably rich.
Like the monuments there, we still have the best preserved Greek temple complex on this planet. It's in Sicily. We have pyramids there. We have stuff that isn't even unearthed that would probably revolutionize archaeology. It's crazy. Sicily is mentioned by Plato. Archimedes was there. Dionysus was there. I mean, the bigs. Hercules was there. It's mentioned by Homer. It's an amazing mythological place. It's exciting. But nonetheless, Destiny wanted us to meet there at the Trinacria. And then in 2014, I was broke. I was in Italy. I had no job. I mean, I had a job, but I was working 9 to 5 because I had this great idea of leaving my beautiful telenovela and soap opera.
Sounds like the marrying kind of guy. Sounds like,
And I moved to Italy to live with my wife because, she couldn't live, she couldn't be in Germany, which I understand. She's from Naples. She needs the sun. She needs the beach. She needs people who actually laugh.
I was having the best career as a script supervisor.
Yeah, she's big in Italy.
You were doing scripty.
Yeah.
She's still teaching scripty. She's an amazing teacher, and she's probably the best.
That's an incredible skill. I mean, guys, you Google up. We're going to get her talking about scripty now because people don't understand how important that is to keep it all together.
Yes.
Directors don't understand.
No, directors get pissed off. They're like, what the fuck? Move on. We're already on the next scene. Wait, do we get it? No.
There is this.
A great scripty. Right. A great scripty will keep you honest.
Alfred Hitchcock wrote all of his scripts alongside his wife, who was a scripty. Like he wouldn't write one scene without her.
Right.
And Scorsese, the best directors, they have editors that are usually female that are working in like with a female scriptie together because they know exactly the sensitivity and also if you have a great scriptie, like women, they have a sense. They know exactly the timing.
I'm so glad you said that. I so love having a woman scripty or somebody who has the conceptual. Exactly. It's just I don't know whether it's the neurological.
It is
right
because
brain,
they're thinking
brain, or
it's right.
And the guys are just
they're thinking holistically. They're thinking long term, and so
I get it.
That's why they're so important.
And it's funny you say that with the editor. I didn't want to say this, but since we're now in this rabbit hole, tangent or side quest. I love having somebody who's in the edit on set too.
Yes.
Because it saves you so much money later. People are like, oh, I want to save on the budget. I want to do them. Like, if you can get a scripty, like you said, because think about what that does. And now we're getting a little advanced, but as a director, I'm free. I don't need to worry about my scenes, and I don't need to worry if that ever famous "we'll fix it in post" comes up, because some people can say "we'll fix it in post" and that's just the acronym, but the reality is you do have these incredible moments that happen on scenes that aren't in the script, but you can take that moment if you have a good editor and that you're like,
and he knows exactly, and he has already the solution how to integrate and weave it in. Absolutely.
Anyway, sorry, I digress, but I can't say as much as I slam scripties in my book, but it's an acting book. It's not a production book.
I need
not a director book. Yeah, you will. No, I didn't really slam it. I just was like, hey, when I have an expression. When you're good with a hammer, everything looks like a nail. And if you come up to a screw in the wall and use a hammer on it, you don't want to really hammer a screw. It's not going to give you the best results. And that's the same thing with a lot. When we are trained in one discipline, we think everything is that discipline. So as a director, I'm all about this. Or if I'm a DP, I'm all about this. Or if I'm a scripty, I'm all about the words. But as an actor, I'm all about bringing you that emotion that's going to hold you and capture you. And I
just had goosebumps. Thank you, man.
So that's when I came at this book, was there's a lot of parts like an orchestra, but and there's times to solo and there's times not to solo. Anyway,
No.
Shit,
can I just chip in something, because I think it's important?
No, told you it's stuck in my mind. I'm sorry, everybody.
I think for the audience, it's important to understand that you said it in the beginning. I think that's truly like something remarkable. You said it. I didn't even want to do that, right? And so many times I hear this, I don't want to do this, I don't feel comfortable. It's like, maybe sometimes from the outside, from an external factor, you get something, on your way, like, and sometimes you should look at this. It's not always what you feel what's right. Sometimes we don't want to do things and they turn out to be the things that we need to do in order to understand something crucial about ourselves.
I totally believe that.
And through something that you initially rejected, you got to a path where you feel like, oh, I'm glad I did this, because now I can do something that is useful for others and it brings me joy back, because all of a sudden my expertise is wanted and I develop my character over like producing this, developing this, and generating this new creative silo where that creators will use as a future harbor. And people, they are so, I can understand why, but sometimes they need to kind of shift the focus from inside to outside and see what the opportunity that presents itself, because sometimes the cover doesn't really match the content. Don't get fooled by the work, or it's like, go into that and see where this takes you, because the path that you know the least is probably the path that will give you the most.
I love that, and I can't wait for you to. This is actor to actor right now, because I'm 100% vibing to what you're saying, and it made me call back to a thread I never finished with. Even this, I started this podcast because I was getting so many calls with my kids being in the industry, and parents and different people and actors saying, what's happening? COVID's over. Is the strike? And I'm like, nobody is really just dropping truth bombs. Just saying, no, all bullshit. Let's get on here and talk. So I think I've had about 25 podcasts now, and they're all across the board, from influencers to casting directors to famous actors to everybody. Beautiful. But it's just this conversation. It's just forget all the bullshit.
Yeah.
Tell me what's going on today in the industry.
Right.
What's going on? Where should I be? What should I be looking at? Should I be, going for other agents? And so what you just said is so true. It's like, it's a calling where God knows this hasn't made me any money, and and that's fine, because I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it because I really enjoy these conversations. It's almost like I threw the cameras up so everybody could hear all of us have this conversation. I mean, it sounds selfish. It sounds, but it's
no. Why?
This is what I enjoy doing.
It's valuable,
and I'm like, but people want to hear this, and there's a lot of stuff I've dropped of nuggets along the way, whether it's I want to get into social media, or how do I get an agent, or and now here we are really diving into one of my favorite things, which is truly the performance, the acting, the connection. And like you said, when you get to that point, it gives you those goosebumps. You feel it, and it's something that I feel that it's like you and certain of us. I just watched the movie F1, and it was great. Okay, I love Brad Pitt. I love it. But and why did I like it? And I'm spoiler alert coming up. Brad Pitt, and sorry if you guys haven't seen it, he talks about when he's there and he feels like he's flying.
Right.
And it's the same thing when you're acting. When you feel that performance, when you're in that zone, and it just...
I think it's with all art forms.
Yes.
When you are an artist, however you express...
You're flowing.
And you hit that flow state. And it doesn't necessarily... Sure, if you're more experienced, then probably it will come more frequently and you have a way of kind of, producing that, but it doesn't necessarily need you to be like a star or like a great accomplished artist in order to produce flow state. It just means that you have an idea and you produce that idea no matter what. Put that idea materialize that idea, and at a certain stage, even if it's for a couple of seconds, you will be in that flow state because you wanna realize what you saw. You want to produce it. You want to not only generate an idea, you want to develop it into existence. And that transition of forming something that is immaterial into something that is material will reinforce the belief in you. And then you get more and more, what we call, the intention of reproducing that, the courage and also the will and the lust and the enjoyment is like, all right, let me do this again. Let me reinforce myself again. And so art, again, is just your reinforcement. And it doesn't matter when you start, how you start, where you start. The importance is that you start. You need to start in order to be great. You don't need to be great in order to start.
So well said. And so I'm going to come back to Scripty. Wait. Because
she's not only a Scripty, she's also the vice president of this crazy company.
But how do you because you're teaching a lot of students, and I'm not. I've run my master classes. I'm teaching. I wish I was a patient person. I really do.
I am not as well. Don't worry. She's my balance.
See, I God bless you, because I don't know. Maybe it's growing up in New York in a different time frame or whatever, or maybe it's learning to drive in Miami. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, wait. I got my theme song. Hold on. Wait. Is this the Italian version? I just had to do that. All right, there you go. So anyway, you have to, if you know, you know. Moving right on. So, he's like, I hate that. How is it connecting then with the student and getting somebody, because that's what I was getting at. It's a long, maybe not for you if you're a great teacher. See, that's my problem. I'm not a great teacher, so it takes me longer. But getting somebody into that flow state to where they, there's so much baggage we carry in life, in different things. And as an actor, breaking down those boundaries, and really that's what I think a lot of I don't even remember what I call it was the opening of the book, so that was a lot of pages ago, but I call them the theater practitioners, because what you said is you started in theater, and on camera is 100% different. Theater's out here, camera's right here.
Yes.
And there's a big...
Michael Caine famously said, theater is working with an axe, and movies is working with a laser.
And you know what? I actually have a video link in my book of how he tells about the dominant eye.
That's my Bible. Like acting and film, it was gifted to me when I was like 9. No, I just entered drama school.
That's
it was
so funny. You and I are sharing the same brain, man.
It's my personal Bible. I have Michael Caine acting in film, and this is also true. You can verify this because all of my program members, all of my students, they get 3 book links as soon as they start the program. Then they get some other stuff that is more personalized. But my 3 general to-go books, when we're talking about the acting training that we deliver, is Acting in Film, Michael Caine. It is Audition, Michael Chertoff, and it's Wrong or Right by David Mamet.
David Mamet.
Start with this, right?
Yes. Because, I have quotes from all that.
Right. And so once you start with this, you start understanding. And actually, this is already the acting school. But coming back to the idea that what ultimately made us do this is the fact that 2014 there was this lady, and she needed an audition, kind of for John Wick, and she needed help for her English pronunciation. Back then I was living in Rome. I had no idea what I was about to do. My idea was to move to Rome to live with my wife and be an actor there. And just that, right? Just enjoy because I never lived actually in my home country. I always lived in Germany, in the United States. I traveled the world, but I actually never lived in Italy, which was funny.
What'd you think about it?
It was okay. So I'm an artist. So my
living in Italy is a little challenging.
It is very challenging. I live in Miami now, and I will for the rest of my life live in Miami. I'm definitely not moving back to Italy.
I love Italy.
Italy is great as a tourist. You have a lot of money. You're an artist. You just want to sit in a church and draw. But even that, the funny thing is, throughout my life, I'm also a drawer, illustrator, right?
Yes.
I always have my sketchbooks with me. Rome, I lived and ultimately we lived for 6 years in Rome. And that was the face that I drew the least. Because it's sheer impossible to draw in Rome. Because it's so overcrowded, so overflooded. And it's crazy to me because I always sketch, I always do, but in Rome it was impossible to gain focus, to just sit there because it's always something going on. It's dirty, a lot of tourists. So to live in Rome just for the eye for a couple of years is nice. You have to be rich and you can just go to the restaurants. If you don't need any infrastructure, logistics, or the government or any type of whatever, usually countries provide security, safety, cleanliness, all this, this nonsensical stuff, then it's great to live in Rome. But I didn't know all that, of course, back then. I was just excited about the idea of living with Alessandra and living in Italy. And so it turned out that my acting career kind of, it didn't really work out. Also my language, my Italian I had to go to, vocal coaches and dialect coaches. I had to get rid of my German accent, all this stuff.
How about your Sicilian accent?
And a bit of my Sicilian accent as well.
People don't realize Sicilian.
Yes, I have quite it's there. It's less, but because I worked on it. But back in the days, it was quite consistent. Was quite robust. And so I wasn't really getting a lot of, the attention and the jobs that I was getting in Germany. I was surely not getting in Italy. And so there was a time where it was like, what do we do here? And then all of a sudden, Alessandra kind of organizes this meeting with an actress, and she needed help with this English monologue for an audition for John Wick that was, been shot there in Italy, in Rome. And she came by, and then I helped her with the monologue, and that was the beginning of the CoachMC Studio. And since that day, we haven't stopped working.
Oh my!
Since that day, not one day.
Congratulations!
Like today we worked on a Sunday, of course. Yeah. No, we haven't stopped. Like I found, okay, now I could channel everything: my poetry slam, my rap techniques, my role playing background, my Dungeons and Dragons, my English,
all the tools.
Yeah,
that you had to get. Yeah, that's amazing.
And this ultimately brought me here in this studio.
Wow. And okay, but wait, you left. When did you leave Rome and head to LA?
So I was hired back because once we realized we married in Vegas, right? And so when my wife touched ground on American soil, she said,
"We're going to Vegas, baby.
Can we move to this place?" And you mean to Vegas? It's like, yeah, whatever. Let's move to the U.S.
No, you moved to Vegas.
And it's like, okay, you want to move to the U.S.? We need a green card. Okay, let's apply for a green card then. It's like, okay, let's apply for a green card then. Because I didn't want to force this on her. I always was working in the U.S. I was always coming.
Right, you were always here.
Yeah, I was always here. But I didn't want to force it on her. It's like...
And you're like, Vegas?
She loved Vegas. I loved Vegas.
I have some friends
it's my
just moved
town.
there. I was there a few weeks ago. It's cool.
Vegas it's cool. Of course, with all the...
And it's so funny because there's two totally different Vegas.
I'm a gambler. I'm a juggler. I'm a court jester. I'm an actor. I'm an artist. Of course, a town like Vegas for me is like...
The energy.
It's just the energy. Like... Believe it or not, on the day of we married, and at night we went to a Skrillex concert, like the techno DJ.
Yeah. I saw him in Salt Lake at a Sundance.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
it was amazing.
Sidebar. Yeah.
Only me dancing to his music got me 3 business cards from agents that night in Vegas at the Wynn. Like Vegas for me is like a town where I feel like
you're just alive.
Vegas
is popping off,
but it could also burn me alive, right? It's good that I have now the grounding in it, and since we've been married there, she was convinced like this could be our future because Italy is going down, Europe is going down. It's like, all right, let's apply for the green card. We did. We went through the whole. We are legal immigrants to this country who did 5 years of fucking paperwork. I got 27 different birth certificates. I swear to God. It was the hardest fucking thing to achieve. I'm sorry for swearing. And please,
it was beautiful.
It was beautiful, though. It taught me everything about life.
Honestly,
and I'm glad we went through this is what I also want to tell people that want to come to this country illegally, even if they could come legally, just to kind of skip the line and just get the short guys. Like, no, do the process. You won't even believe what you learn about yourself. It prepares you for the journey of staying in the United States. Yes.
Wait, let me turn the camera toward me. Wait for a second. Come in closer. I don't want you to hold back. Tell me how you really feel. I think I understand. And by the way, I think that's, my father came to this country with nothing. So there's just a lot of, we are so divided as an artist, as we are.
Right.
There's so much to be said on so many angles that it's like for somebody to say there's a right point or a wrong point. But I say that to say,
there's a law.
Thank you.
The country has a law. You want to come to a country. You love that. You think this is the best country. You want to live there. You want to produce. So why don't you follow the law of the country you want to live in? Do you want to live in a country where no one respects the law of that respective country? No. That's why you're leaving most probably your country. So why do you want to live in a country where laws are not being respected? So it doesn't make any
sense. We're going political. I'm leaving in 2 days to go to Japan. They won't let me stay past 90 days.
Right.
My daughter just got her acting visa entertainment thing in Japan so she can go. It took her a while, a year plus, by the biggest agency to get the. So there's a reason. Oh boy, I'm gonna get canceled. My kids always yell at me. They're like, "Dad, you're gonna get canceled." I'm like,
but it's part. Like this is everything is part of.
Just I'm like my dad came to this country with absolutely nothing, escaped, and so I get it, and congratulations, and yes,
thank you.
You're welcome. As on my mom's side, we've long Americans. I'm kind of completely a mutt, right? And as on my mom's side, I welcome you and say we need you.
Thank you.
Love you. Blah blah blah. I don't know. I think I did all my little whatever gestures, but going back to that, and coming here. Well, let me wait a minute. Wait.
Yeah.
So why did you want to come here from Italy?
Why?
Yes. What was it?
Why Miami or why the United States?
Oh, just in general. Because you said you had her career. We got to put her on the spot for a minute. Come on, it's not fair. She's
so sexy when she speaks.
Look at her. Look at that smile. That's the look of love right there.
I wasn't prepared for that.
I know there was. She's like, I'm not.
She's
ready.
Usually behind the camera.
I know. That's why I'm like,
hang on. My pajama, guys.
So give me the scripty and how it all transferred.
The scripty?
Yeah, then were scripty and you moved and then give me this whole story.
Besides being a scripty, I always managed the studio, the craziness, the finance, the networking.
You didn't say that. That's all.
Everything that I'm not, she is, which is everything. Everything I'm not, she is, which is everything.
I shoot the videos, I do social media, I do Lorenzo's self-tape, so yeah.
She supports and...
we are a great
It's all making sense now.
Yeah. We shoot together, we write together, we edit together.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's 50% of the count.
It's not. It's 49-51. I owe 51. You 49.
It's that.
Plus
watch out for that 2%.
Plus the dinner.
Yeah.
I cook as well sometimes.
You do the breakfast.
Speaking of cooking, Luke, I made, and this is going to be, you guys don't know this, but
I see a dinner night coming up, by the way. I see a dinner night.
I blew up on TikTok as a chef. We're not even talking about this, but I made, wait for it. You guys may cringe, but a dear friend of mine, he passed 1 billion views on social. 1 billion.
Wow.
1 billion. And he literally, that's why I was in Vegas a few weeks ago. And then we were in Hawaii. And he asked me, he goes, I want you to make me dinner, being a chef. And I made him, wait for it, eggplant parm puttanesca. Yes, I thank you. So I made a traditional puttanesca. Got the anchovies and put it in there. And then I took the mozzarella, but because the mozzarella is light, I grated in some Reggiano to give it a little bit of bite to bring the. And I of course don't fry my eggplant. I grill them, and then olive oil, and then I drain them. And oh my God!
Okay.
It's my new thing. So
dinner night
about
coming
food,
up. Yeah, when you come
what
back
we're
from Japan.
talking about, and all this.
Yeah. Sicilian dinner night.
Sicilian dinner night.
All right.
And so when you said you cook.
Yeah,
I'll make that.
Yeah.
Oh,
like she's more the traditional, I'm more the fusion guy.
Oh, we're gonna have so much fun. Okay, enough of cooking, but I had to get very excited and share you my new dish. It's
beautiful. Yeah,
because we're talking Sicily, puttanesca.
Yeah, I can see that.
Eggplant parm.
By the way, she's the queen of puttanesca.
Stop it.
I have olives from like southern.
Oh, stop. I tell everybody get calamata, but
you're gonna have something. You're gonna have it. Don't worry.
Okay, sorry. Anyway, yes, I'm. You guys all witnessed it. They're coming over.
But besides, like,
okay.
The thing is,
food is love. But it's like acting. It's like art.
It is art. It is art. Like I grew up in restaurants, and in the end, my mom, I also owned like a wine store and for 16 years also a Mediterranean restaurant. But the thing, how this, in my acting book that I'm writing, and my it's more about creativity, to be honest. There's a chapter called Initial Condition, and I'm a true believer in understanding, deciphering, and using the power, the momentum, the dynamic that is generated by a certain initial condition that is significant, whatever that is. It might be private, it might be business, corporate, and so how you enter a thing is how most likely that thing for 80% will later evolve and look like. And so in 2014, when this lady came in for the monologue for John Wick, and I saw how she kind of managed to grab her and put it into place, and it was this perfect initial condition how we worked together. And ultimately, when we saw this opportunity of coming to the United States, we made that, we made that leap of faith, because she is a big script supervisor in Italy. She's teaching. She's doing the biggest.
I know. I try to put her on the spot, but she.
No. Don't worry. We circle it back in.
Okay, we're coming back in. No, don't worry. Yeah.
And I was having my fair amount of success in Germany with the soap opera, but the energy that was generated, the sheer beauty of what kind of happened with this initial condition of teaching Irene, that's her name, like this kind of the English pronunciation, giving her some help also with the acting, that opened up a door that was not there. It was like a secret door, and we saw, we could use this to set up a company and live in the States and just live on, like, be freelancers in this business and help people and generate income and stay together as much as possible. So the idea was just our happiness in the beginning, and to be useful to creators and actors. And over time, the whole cathedral of success was built, of course, through fortunate events, through unexpected, meetings, through little things, sliding doors. And so again, to the listeners, to the people kind of watching this podcast, believe in that. If an initial condition shows up, and it has an intriguing value, and it generates interest, and you find it compelling, and there is something that you love about it, even if it's the craziest thing, the most go for it. Don't try to mimic success before you even started the work. There is no way of telling if something will be successful. You can't be sure, of course. But that's perfect alignment syndrome. Oh, if I know that will be successful, then I will start the work. It doesn't work like that.
Right. Exactly. Never. There's never.
Start the work, and it will be successful.
Once you take a step on that path, then you will start seeing doors open. But everybody's like, I need to get from here to here. And those days are so gone. And people that are still stuck in that rigid mindset where they're like, I need to get from here to here. And I'm just like, I don't even know how to tell them. I'm like,
right, immediate validation. That's the fallacy. Like, but I need something. Like you said, like you bribed us into the studio, and we're gonna use this against you in order to get something out of you, and then you're gonna get us. And this is how art works.
Yes,
it's a collaboration, and sometimes the immediate validation is not even there on a monetary scale, but it's there on a spiritual scale, because you leave a legacy. So wherever the money is gonna come from in the future, you don't necessarily know once when you start, but what you know is that when you leave a legacy from any source, it might come in at a certain point. So lean into that into that dynamic of creating the legacy. Don't be distracted or just kind of like drawn or powered by the I need money for this, or I need an immediate compensation for this, otherwise I won't do it in the first place.
It's funny you say that. I still, even at this point in my life or career, I'll still help people for free because
Sure.
I believe in them, or I
Yes.
just see what they're the good. You
Yeah.
Obviously we all still, that's a horrible statement because everybody's like, I don't want to work for free. We can't all work for free. You
No.
have to- but the reality is I'll help people because I believe in paying it forward. And that's what you're saying, I think, is you got to kind of, as a creator, because here's the thing, no matter what set I've ever wound up on, I always learn something.
Yeah.
Either it's good or bad.
Always
learn.
Always.
No matter how many movie
leave a
sets
legacy,
or
don't worry.
movies or TV, whatever it is.
The income is gonna flow in. The stream is gonna come in from a source you maybe didn't even expect it or didn't even predict it in the first place. But be focused on the legacy. I know that sounds sort of corny and trivial, but it's really like that. Like a craft is being built over time, and a craft is being built by you really. Not trying, but doing what's necessary in the moment to generate the best outcome possible with the tools that you had at your disposition. And if you realize, I need better tools, I need refinement, then do it and train, then get those tools, ask people, reach out. This is when you start getting connected with what you really love. This is when you start really igniting something.
And speaking of connected, I know you guys are doing a lot.
Yeah.
And I wish I were good at getting out and connecting, but because I'm going to steal the phone, I'm giving it back. Speaking of connection, I'm going to point the phone behind there. Wait. I'm going to pull. Wait, there she is.
Hello,
There's
hello.
Hey.
Alice Mizu.
Alice.
Speaking of connecting, this young lady came from Japan as a model actress. She's got tequila over there. Come over here. Come here.
Yes,
Come
yes.
join us for a minute.
Arigato.
Come join, Alice. Come. And she was working out. I said, come to the studio. Come sit. Come. We were putting the cameras on you
nice.
because you need some tequila. Wait.
I guess.
Do we have a? Hang on.
I
Wait.
won't say no if, of course,
Come steal my
the
chair.
host is
Hey, can I
forcing
follow?
me. Sure.
All right. So.
Come into our.
Hi, nice to meet you,
Sit.
Alessandra.
Hi, Alice. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
trying
meet
to
you.
do
Alicia in
Lorenzo.
Italian.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And here's why. Talking about connections in Miami. Alice just moved here. Literally.
Welcome to paradise.
What,
really?
2 months ago?
Nice.
She came from Japan
Welcome.
as a DJ,
Nice.
model, actress. Said, "I'm done." Moved to LA, and spent
Thank you,
years.
man.
Then went into social media.
Right.
Or actually, everything entertainment. And now she decided, I'm done with LA. I'm moving to Miami, and literally bumped into each other at a restaurant. And now she's my new best friend. And cheers.
Cheers,
Cheers. Cheers.
Salute.
Cheers. We're drinking to you.
Yeah, I have a same story with Jay.
You got to come to the mic. Come here.
Jay, like his daughter, because when I was 22, so I got artist visa in the States
Yeah.
to do a DJ career.
There we go.
Yeah, like
Just gonna hang
in this
here and drink
country.
tequila while
This is very smooth. Very
Is
smooth.
that-
and
yeah.
very
You had
good.
the
Smells
best-
really good.
No, it's good. It's good.
we're putting her on the spot. Tequila on camera.
I only drink wine.
Oh. Nice.
It's okay.
I'll go get some wine. I think is this what they call a takeover when somebody takes over your channel? I think this is what's happening.
That's it.
So go ahead and
Yay.
explain the story because I think it's really relevant to creatives. Everybody coming to Miami, going back to that story,
Yeah.
and what's going on and how now she's in the studio. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so no, like we actually met at a really random, like it's a sushi bar, wine bar, and then, yeah, so he told me about like Jade's story, like, hey, so my daughter is getting visa in Japan, and I'm from Japan, like Tokyo originally, and I
Nice.
used to be a model and DJ over there from like, teenagers, and then when I was 22, I got artist visa to pursue my DJ career in Hollywood.
Right.
That's how I.
Was that a O1 visa or EB1, like a direct green card? O1.
It's a 01.
O1, yeah.
So yeah, the story really matched to like what his daughter was going through. So like we click.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So like we ever since then like he's my mentor. But yeah,
Welcome.
now I do more
Nice.
like marketing consulting. So when I was in Hollywood for 3 years as a DJ and international DJ, I barely spoke English back then. It was 10, 12 years ago. And then people just treat me really like a shit. So I feel like.
Yeah, communication is definitely important. Yeah, you need to communicate your ideas as flawless as possible. Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't know how to because I'm Japanese. Like
Right.
I'm supposed to like not expressing anything. I have to.
Right.
I have to like I have to be so humble and I have to
Right.
read what people are thinking about.
Yeah.
And, like that's what I learned. Like, hey, I don't think I can just do it. And then after 3 years, my lawyer say, hey, you want to renew your visa, but that means you have to really DJ only. That's the visa.
Sure. You need to stay in the professional group. You indicated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and I told my
Category.
lawyer, you know what? Actually, no. If those Americans can run business here, I'm gonna run the business, and I'm gonna build the agency to protect the girls and more like make a community for like girls DJ or actors. That was my dream. So I went to a business school. I got master in business, but I was more into marketing. And then social media came. So and then I've been doing this like influencer marketing, social media marketing just by myself, and it's been 6 years. So
wow, that's amazing.
I'm finally starting my own agency.
But would you, that
so I had to share with you all
right,
cool
that's
stuff
amazing.
because here
So
we are.
you're receiving only like influencers and from Florida or all over the world?
So since I was in LA for 10 years, I have a lot of connections. Plus, because I was in entertainment world in Japan, so I have so many like celebrities, influencers there. But I'm gonna be based in Miami because I think Miami is such a cool spot because people don't really understand Japanese hospitality. He knows, but but once people get that, they appreciate our culture.
Yeah, the level
so
of
much.
respect. It's amazing.
They win.
Yeah. And the same thing happened to us. Like for us, 10 years. Like when we decided in 2014 that we're gonna pursue this, the first thing we did is we wrote emails to acting schools in LA, and we started working with LA, acting schools quite, frequently, and we started traveling to California. And over time, of course, we said, hey, let's move to LA. Let's live there. Let's start our company there once we have the green card. And then we saw the decline, we saw the problems, and also the investability of California getting more and more. Like, it's so complex. The taxation is incredible. The city has become quite crazy to deal with, and the distances, it's so spread out. And there are no coincidences in the universe. There is no, it's all part of the fabric of existence. And so we came here 3 years ago, and I lost my wallet. I lost everything, and we needed to stay here for another week. And so in those 2 weeks we stayed here, we realized we want to live here. And so we scratched all of our plans.
Completely.
That's awesome.
Completely.
You've lost
We
your
had
wallet,
no
you
idea
came
what
here
Miami
to
was. We had all of our networks were based in California, all in LA. We all knew people there. We were about to rent a place there.
Yeah.
And so all of our research was also done based on, everything was, because she's very diligent, like when she starts her, and myself as well. So, and we knew nothing about Miami, but we knew that our instinct was telling us with all its powers, everything in our body. When we left Miami after those 2 weeks, my body hurt. We felt bad in the plane. We looked at each other. We were depressed. It's like, shit, what's going on? It's like, I tell you what's going on. We fell in love.
Isn't that interesting? And
We fell in love.
saying that, what's going through my head right now is your story. What you guys are saying is, here I am. I grew up in New York. I've traveled, been around the U.S. My memory of the U.S. is probably my downfall, and probably many other people who are watching this. You remember a time.
Yeah.
You're all coming in it with a new set of eyes and saying, this is what's happening now.
Now, yes.
And it's kind of like when you look at your kid and you remember when they're 5 as opposed to 19 running the entire production. You kind of have a different moment, and I think that can be a huge competitive advantage to say, here's where
for sure.
At. Yes, we all see social media and all this stuff.
No, for sure.
Hollywood's I even in my book I wrote, we're in a barbell effect, meaning the middle's getting squeezed. A lot more productions are going to go to the billion-dollar movies that are just stupid.
And we're seeing this playing out right now.
Very creative, and I see it talking in social.
Yeah.
And I see what's going on. I mean, shit, I'm flying to Japan in a few days to go teach an acting class, and 90% of the students are international. So I'm like, what? So things are definitely
changing. Yeah. And the thing is, we took a leap of faith. It was quite a risk because in LA we have, of course, you have a lot of acting schools. There's a lot of competition, but we believe to be quite unique. So in LA there is a frequent market for filmmakers, for self-tapes, which in Miami that doesn't exist still. It's growing. But what we saw here, respectfully to Miami, to Los Angeles or New York, is what you're just saying, a contagious energy.
Yes.
Like what we perceived in Miami is this fever everyone has that we back in the day remember, like from Miami, like from LA and from New York in the 90s when it was the hottest thing on the planet. We feel now Miami is the hottest thing, and we felt that contagious energy is like positivity, creativity, without too many restrictions, agencies, political, whatever convoluted interpretations of life on what this is, what that. No, let's live, let's create, let's have a good time, and eventually LA will come back, sure. But every empire has those ebbs and flows, has those tides, and I think right now the tide is moving, the wave is coming to this place, and this is what brought us here.
I also really think about Miami is like, because when you're in LA for so long, like it's just spread out everything, and also like it's so hard to find your community or connection.
True.
Because a lot of people are so superficial and fake. But Miami could be the same. But the thing is, I was always telling like him like
I'm not sure. It will take some time till we get like LA.
The thing is, I've been only here for 2 months, and I already have so many cool friends. Maybe like I believe in reflection. So once I glow up that much, like I attract someone really matching my energy.
That's very interesting.
I
yes.
really believe it. So, but at the same time, like you can really manifest that. Like
no, for sure. And I think the reason you're here is the same.
This is so weird, guys. I did not script this. I didn't script this. I swear.
He brought food. That's good.
Max brought food. No, I don't know what he brought. But here's a friend. He just moved from LA.
Nah.
From Hawaii.
Yeah.
Musician.
What's up?
Actually, hey,
What's up,
guys,
man?
What
instrument are you playing?
He's actually been on this podcast.
That's crazy.
Go check out Max.
What's happening today? It's like we're magnet. Yes.
It's a party. And he goes, I'm moving to Miami.
Yes. Welcome to paradise.
Everyone is new in Miami.
Yeah. So Max, welcome.
We have new guests in the studio.
Welcome. So we're still rolling. We're probably. How long have we been going? An hour and 5. Oh shit. Okay, we're gonna keep going a few more.
Sure.
I want to hear your. Is that
yes.
Okay?
No. Absolutely.
Right,
absolutely. That's what we're here for. Absolutely.
Yeah. No
whatever.
Okay.
Even in a half hour. Go ahead.
Trying to leave?
As long as you give me tequila and
we're keeping you here. Shit, we'll pull Max in here in a minute too. Anyway, so talking about let's circle back to the Miami piece because I think that's so fascinating because I have had Bianca who runs Talent Direct, who runs the women I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but I believe they're the largest agency in Florida as far as like per booking, blah blah blah.
Right.
You're talking about Talent Direct.
Talent Direct,
yeah,
and Sabine and all that.
Yeah.
And
it's also my agent.
Oh, there you go. See that? I give them a shout out.
Bianca
There's
a couple
Stellar,
of days ago.
there's Green.
They're
there's
fantastic.
So many
by the way. They're amazing and dedicated and
I'm
super
very blessed
professional.
to know
I love them.
a lot of the agents, and one day I have to. Well, I have a very.
They deserve all the praise for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they hustle. And
they hustle. Yeah.
And that goes back to the politics and what's going on, but I'm not going to touch that because it's a podcast. It's like 3 different podcasts in one. But coming full circle, I want to talk about what you are seeing in Miami as an acting coach. What's going on? Like, I want people like I care about like not what happened last week, but what's happening today. You know what I mean? Like that's when people are watching this, even though I'm horrible at producing these right away, even though I'm really bad at producing them, on time, I want people to know what's going on.
Right.
So please share with that what your students are like, what is happening in Miami, how they can glean information. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Give me some and shameless plugs.
Yeah.
Shameless plugs. Talk
Absolutely.
Names, drop
Throw it
it all.
Absolutely. I mean, Miami, it's a beautiful place where actually you can find a lot of communities.
Yes.
And basically when we arrived here, I mean, we prepared LA for years. The first thing we did
Can I say something? Can I, like, just to kind of give you the context when we talk about preparation, because a lot of people sometimes, it's not just preparation in terms of, I sat behind the computer and I did some research and I kind of printed out a couple of things. My wife, she went to LA through a server that is called, Workaway. And so what she did, because this is, I think, crucial. So she went through Workaway to LA. Of course, we could afford
it's a volunteering program.
So it's a volunteering program where you work in a place that gives you,
like a foundation.
No, you can stay and eat there, but you have to work there as well 4 hours a day, and that's legal. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And explain why you did this.
First of all, for my English. And of course, because we were about to move to LA, I wanted to understand the city. And actually, after working 5 hours a day in this hostel, by the way, where actors, directors, filmmakers from LA used to going out. I used to walk through the city for like 20 kilometers a day in LA. Yeah, and she really understand the city, or like going to Universal Studios as an extra I did all these things to understand the cities and also networking and prepare the connections, of course. And then going back to Italy, maybe shoot a TV series for 6 months, and then
literally for 6 years we had no vacation. Like the moment we applied for the green card, we still don't have a vacation. That's true. This is no joke. Like yes.
I need to stop. What is this word you're using? Vacation?
Yes.
What is the definition? I know work. I know workation. I take workations all the time.
Now
we're workation every time.
Now that we're acquainted with the American way of life,
we're in Miami because.
But you have to imagine, during the week, I was Monday to Friday shooting 10, 14 hours a day for the soap opera. On Saturdays, I was part of the Entertainment Roundtable on YouTube. So from 1 a.m. Saturdays to 5 a.m. Sundays, I was on YouTube streaming. And then on Sunday, I was working online with my clients and recording also the videos for my social media platforms. Right. And on Monday, I would go to work. And we did this for 6 years. So we were not sleeping, around the clock, working, doing research, doing also and working with the clients as well. And we had to keep the quality level as well alive. So when I arrived in May 19th, 2023, right? We were completely devastated. We were completely done, completely drained, but so happy because we knew what we're about to do was risky, complicated and enormously difficult. And we know exactly that when you're about to enter an adventure, a journey, a quest that is complicated, risky, and enormously difficult, most likely the outcome, if you are successful, will be enormous. And that's ultimately why we risked pivoting from LA, where the base was already set.
Yeah.
Like my wife walked through LA. She knew LA better than Los Angelinos.
Oh, I'm sure.
And nonetheless,
you're walking
when we hit Miami,
miles.
just coming back to the idea why Miami, when we hit Miami for the first time, we felt that energy. We felt being alive. We felt that purpose. Wow. And so our instincts, everything in our body was telling us, move to fucking Miami. Dump the idea of LA and move to. We felt happy. We felt relaxed. We felt driven and energized by this town like nothing else before. And it was even clearer because we had no vacation, because we were overworked, because we were with sleep deprivation over 6 years. We felt like, holy shit, this is like we want to live. And nice. Now, and we woke up and we moved to this place immediately.
Yeah, but coming back to your questions, we started to search for the niche, the film industry, networking, and for sure. So we started to go to the Silver Spot downtown, where they have Filmgate, great event.
Yes,
every third Wednesday of the month they have the screening with all the South Florida filmmakers. Then you have Dana de la Camera with Arts Accelerator, with so many workshops, the 48 hours film competitions. Fort Lauderdale also has a very vibrant and inspiring community of
filmmakers, for sure. Yes,
networking, and after 2 years, I mean, we know almost everybody.
Dun 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 dun. We know you.
You made it into the studio.
We know
everybody.
My private hidden, no signs, nothing.
Right.
Of course, the craft.
And
of course, the preparation.
The skull and bones.
But you have to enter the industry. You have to show up. This is show business. So you have to search for the community, not only waiting for the agent sending you the self-tapes or for actors access or casting networks. So you have to create your connection, your filmmakers, also to participate.
You gotta build it.
Yeah, we talk the talk and walk the walk for sure. Yep.
And that's exactly what.
Yeah, no. Like
She's
what he was saying is like mind blowing, because that's literally what I was thinking, because Miami somehow like energized me, and like, I feel so happy, although I'm so busy every day to get thrive with what I'm doing. I'm pursuing something, but I'm just always like really happy. Maybe I'm not really making money than when I was in LA, but
you're creating legacy.
I'm investing a lot.
In a couple of years, this town is gonna be, and you are the foundation of something of a future legacy, of a future empire that's gonna last for many years to come. I'm 100% commit, guys. NASDAQ. The fucking NASDAQ moved to Miami. We have Arts Basel. We have the boat show. We have liquidity coming in from all over the globe. We have art design. It's, you know, what LA and New York used to be, and now we have it in one town on testosterone, on steroids.
And the pioneers coming to do it.
You know what? I think like since you're from New York and you guys live in LA and I was living in LA, maybe like once we got over those cities, that's why we can really build something in Miami. I
think it's called like, learning the lesson.
Yeah.
I think we learned the lesson in those towns, and now we're applying it to a place where we feel really happy.
And then Miami is not fully developed like 100% yet, right? So kind of like our mindset like here is kind of easy to go.
Yes.
Because when I was in LA, I was so shy to talk with people, but here, like, I'm friends with everyone. Like, it's so easy. I mean, like, maybe, like, it was, like, a lesson, right, from LA, maybe. Like, now I have to talk with people and then build network. So that's why, like, this random guy, like, sitting next to me was like eating cereal, and then like
I don't even remember, but the conversation was something about
what
time were you born?
No, give Victor an entrance. Give Victor a crack. Give Victor just a little.
So despite what all of you think,
he comes in.
My son is laughing.
Don't give him don't give him anything. Even if you're just quiet with Victor, it's impossible. You're the human connector. It's like
the guy she was with, and there was a conversation. I'm like, oh God, here it goes.
He's wearing a blue beard, for God's sake. His blue eyes and blue, like you're attracting people. No, but that's
it's my brand. I gotta keep on brand. Anyway, sorry.
Like we were just talking about like the birth time really like matters for like, your like what is it called, like a relationship like match or something. I was with a guy. I asked him like, hey, do you know what time were you born? And because it was right after his birthday, that's why. And then he's like, I don't think all the guys know. Let's ask him. And he asked him.
Oh, that's what happened. Yes. Yeah. So I think he asked me. He goes, do you know what time you were born? And I'm like, what did you just say to me? Just trying to have my sushi here with my wife and son. And,
it's like when you tell to a conspiracy theorist 9/11. Did you say 9/11, baby? How much time do you got?
Oh my gosh, I think we've got derailed on this one, but I love.
No. I mean, it's part of.
We're talking about Miami,
right?
I really want to nail you guys down because I want to hear what you're doing in Miami and how people can reach you and connect, because the one thing. Thank you all for watching.
Absolutely.
And just getting this out there, how I started. I wanted to do this as a platform to share. There's nothing more. There's no agenda. There's nothing more than just I want to get this message out there so we can all be on the same book, and create something. And that being said, amazing things, which I want you to tell your company name that you're starting and with the social media and all the different agencies. And I want you to explain the acting, because really it's about putting these pieces together when we all come here from all across the world. And that's it. Japan, Italy. I mean, there's so much more, right? It's
Germany.
Not just. This isn't Latin America North. And go ahead, hate me in the comments, but I moved here, and there's YouTube videos talking about how highly is this area and this area and this area. And I grew up in New York, where it's just a melting pot.
Yes.
We need to get Miami to a melting pot.
Yeah.
And I feel it.
We're getting there. I feel
really
like
please.
It's interesting. Like in 2014, we started with one acting monologue for an actress. And what I realized was it wasn't just about acting, because this actress in Italy, obviously, Italians are not really good in English, right? So she really needed help. But through that, mechanism of helping her with the language, I realized, like, wait a second. This tool that helps her communication could also be used for creative purposes. It's not just a technical tool. I don't know if I'm explaining this right. Right. It's not just a tool to kind of speak, properly, or it's a way of telling someone how he can unlock more potential, how he can be more creative, more powerful, more impactful, more vocal about what's going on. And so, okay, so from this piece, from this monologue, we created rather a philosophy. Like our toolbox is more, and talking about marketing, if you think about, like, America is the land of marketing. It's the land of advertising. It's the land of communication. But if you really, if you break communication down, if you break marketing, advertising, brand down, what is a brand? It's philosophy. What is marketing? It's philosophy. What is advertising? It's a philosophy of living. Mm-hmm. It's what people see, a version of themselves once they encounter you, your product, your strategy, your philosophy. And so this is the way you're living. And Tom Ford once in an interview said, like, how do you sell, Tom Ford? And he said, what do you mean? It's like, how do you sell this brand? It's like, I'm not selling anything. I'm working. And people see the results because the quality is outstanding. Because my philosophy behind everything that I do is to be fucking outstanding. Yeah, but that can't be so simple. No, it is. Because it isn't simple. Because it's difficult to believe in a philosophy even if the immediate validation doesn't kick in. Right. It's hard to believe in something that is not immediately gratifying you, immediately paying you off, money or not. But those people will run the system in a couple of years from now. And so the reason, like, what we are offering to our artists, right? We have soccer referees, we have soccer players, we have athletes, we have real estate brokers, we have lawyers, performers, stand-up comedians. The toolbox that we're offering is the philosophy of not giving a fuck and showing competence.
I can't wait for you to read my
Don't
my God,
give a fuck. Show competence.
Literally, that's exact how to shut off.
Shut the fuck up and show competence.
The voice in the back of your head and say,
because if you are focused on getting better, on becoming competent with what, even if it's a cell phone or a remote, whatever, become competent in that. Once you are competent, I call this the rule of the 3 C's. Once you are competent, you're connecting more with your source material. Connecting more with your source material means also connecting more with an audience, because everything in life is duality.
Right.
It's a 3rd or 4th law of thermodynamics of Newton. That the incoming force is equal to the responding force. So the connection that you have with the material is the connection that the audience has with the material. The better you're connected, the better the audience is connected, which ultimately will lead to complexity. Because now you're going down the rabbit hole and saying, oh, I want to achieve this. Because now you're getting thirsty. Now you're seeing the possibilities, and you say, all right, let's flesh something unique out that really belongs to you. It's your style. Once I'm not giving a fuck, I can tell everybody who I am. And mind you, this is not being necessarily sincere. I'm not this Simon said, everyone has its own theory, but I don't like, what is being authentic? What is being real? What is being, I'm sincere, I'm in the
organic.
You're a professional. Yeah. You're competent, and you put in your professionality, the honesty that you have in that moment, to serve the purpose. And this is what I think also, what I admire about Japanese culture. If you look at mangas, if you look at their cartoons, if you look at the fan service that they provide, they want to be useful through their competence to making the fans rejoice.
The best, yes.
Right. This is what and through that the complexity comes in, because now you have strategies, you have different philosophies on how you want to draw, on how you want to paint, on how you want to communicate, on how you want to act, on how you want to sing, on how you want to write. This is the complexity. This is the layer. So when competence connects with complexity, you have the rule of the cycle is perfect. You have I believe in triangle. I'm a big, whoever enters the course will face triangles, a lot of triangles and also and acronyms.
There's a lot of
and she, like, for 17 years, she's now
a triangle over in the notebook.
I'm always I'm a living triangle. And the thing is, I'm from Sicily, and Plato once said, Sicily is a trigon. It's a perfect triangle. It's God's Plato said
there's something over my door that you just saw.
It's the trinacria, right? It's the tribunal. It's the Trinity.
Three-legged stool.
It's the three-legged stool. It's the Oracle of Delphi. Thank you. All right.
We're starting to go into woo territory.
No, but this is it. This is it.
Is this when we start talking about crystals?
But that's another scene. You see, it's there. It's there.
It's a crystal.
So this is a crystal. This triangle is a crystal. Competence, connection, and complexity.
That's awesome. Now, so you're currently, I mean, you said you were teaching this morning. How does somebody, I have to give you a shameless plug. How does somebody find you? Where do they go? What's the website? Because we've been filming us the whole time here. Oh, wait, here it goes. Wait, there it is.
Ready to perform, of course.
ReadyToPerform.com.
3 words, not a triangle. Ready to perform. Actors, performers, creatives.
All right, good. That's what I want to know. So that because I think that people are going to get a lot of value out of this.
Thank you.
And we coach only one-on-one, guys.
Only one-on-one. There's no classes. Everything is customized. Everything is tailored. Everything is uniquely, molded and fledged around you.
Yeah.
And knowing your background, I'm excited to see we've there's a lot to be, but there's more in the future. I already can tell.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to throw this to every one of you. You all have to answer. Where do you see the future of this industry, whether it's content creation, filmmaking, whatever, Miami? Where's it going? Where are we? Because you all are going to have a different perspective.
It's going to be decentralized entertainment clusters. Everything is going to be entertainment. Everything is going to be in a good way. And decentralized clusters. Every company, every creator, it's going to be single clusters of internet. It's not going to be one big internet in the future. It's going to be single clusters, single islands of creators, welcoming every creator or every communicator or every community member into his own tailored experience. You can literally with blockchain technology, Web3, everything that is coming up. And again, Miami is also a crypto hub. And it's not only meme coins and Lamborghinis and all that bullshit. It's also the future of internet, the internet of values. You can create certificates around your art. And so I think in the future will be this. Entertainment will be formed out of these billions of single, very, very distinct, very tailored, very sophisticated, very, customized clusters of entertainment. And you can, inside of that cluster, you will offer everything from short movies to fashion.
I love it. Your thoughts? Where do you think it's all going? Social media, the social media, what's going on? I won't mention the company she's at, but she has a very interesting background in what's going on internationally as well.
Yeah, that's a deep question though. But I just I hope I just don't really like hierarchy in this society, and everyone has a lot of potential, but they just don't know how to execute their talent. So that's why I really like to support people. Instead of, I don't want to do model or DJ. I don't want to be in camera anymore, but I want to support some people really have potential and then find a way how they can shine in this world. I really enjoy it. But I don't know. I just hope this this current society of social media, influencer content creation is gonna people confident, and then they want to learn how to love themselves, and then they can really they don't have to think about I have to take this aesthetic pictures. Not like that. It's more genuine, authentic, and then people just bring back their real self. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't know if that's answering your question,
no,
but
I understand.
That's my hope too. Because everyone is beautiful as they are, but they just try
unique.
Yes,
everyone is unique.
I think that's a super I don't know. I'm very happy person. I always find the people's good things, but a lot of people are haters still. And I think.
But that's good. It's only why? I'm sorry for interrupting, because the moment people are reacting, you are triggering a response. You're doing something right. The worst thing that can happen is indifference. So the moment people are reacting is because they can't get around you. Mm-hmm. So you're doing something right, even if even more so. In entertainment, you will, especially when you have success, especially so fast, sometimes you will attract a lot of jealous voices. Mm-hmm. And my grandmother, she always used to say, compassion comes for free. Jealousy must be earned.
You see, your point is exactly what I'm talking about. Right nowadays, a lot of people, there's a lot of haters, a lot of hated comments, but I think no one really care. Content creators at this point, and then they take that as positive outcome, right?
And engagement.
Yeah, that's why that's my point. Maybe this world really giving people confidence. and then like make them happy. That's what I'm seeing.
I love that you. Okay, hold on. I want to. I want to talk about the influencer because you said you also work with influencers and all that.
Look at it.
And what's so interesting is that, and again, like I warned you all at 5:30. I think it was 5 a.m. I was writing this, which was kind of the end, the bonus chapter, and I was talking about the difference. Is this? Wait, this is where I'm supposed to shamelessly plug my book. Okay, no.
Can I ask you something before? Because
I'm really
because
we're gonna go on influencer. Go.
No, because I'm also. Go. So, did you like find a rhythm to write, or was it always like, okay, I have a little time window, let's write now, or were you kind of finding a certain rhythm, how and what to write at a certain given day?
My writing is how do I say this? Horrible. I think that's a good word. To say I'm dyslexic, illiterate, and all that would probably be an understatement.
That's not true.
That's why I'm an actor, because I communicate from here. I'm really bad at it.
Right.
So, and I even mentioned that in the book.
Because I can imagine, because you have so many irons in the fire.
100 fucking side quests in the book.
Right.
But the reality, coming back to what your question is, because of teaching and seeing some incredible actors and that passion, and this is weird.
I love weird.
Wait, forgive me. I'm not getting, but
we love weird.
I can't quote him, but I'm doing the weave. Okay, because your question, what you just said, you said about influencers, where you were saying we work on that, and your question is all going to weave back to when I'm writing this. It was almost, I felt, just kind of summarizing, I needed to get this out because I've been seeing all these people that I love. They're friends of my kids, and now they're my friends, and they're influencers, and they're the top of the game, or they're musicians. And at the end of the day, whatever's happened in society, where I grew up in a very different time with David Lynch in the Actors Studio, and it was just, fuck it, we would say anything.
Of our gods.
Oh my God,
yes.
Thank you for saying that.
No,
these are my people.
And
we just would, you would just pour your heart out, and I get shut down so frequently because my personality, like,
I don't know what you're talking about. Really.
I don't know. I'm just out there, right. And people, and everybody's like, "Whoa, bring it down." Oof. I'm like, I'm not. There's no malice in any of this.
Right.
This is fun. I make fun
genuine,
of myself.
right.
It's genuine, and I think
you're a professional.
We're gonna all come full circle where we're gonna find that genuine, and like you were laughing, or you were just saying, "When's the hating? When's it all?" Because you could say anything to me. If it's not with malice, I love you. Like,
right.
But it's, we have gotten in this weird spot, whether it's social media, all this shit that's happened.
It's just black and white.
And that's why the acting, I'm going to say it now. I even wrote in my book, it leaves me a bad actor taste. It's like when you eat fast food and it has an aftertaste. I called it an aftertaste. Everything I watch, even they joke, and I'm not hating on Netflix, but everything looks the same. All the acting's same.
It does.
It's rare.
It's
when
just content. It's not real. Spirituality is
just serving up fast food.
Right.
Another basket of fries. Another basket of fucking fries.
Right.
And that's what the acting is, where you're like, give me something that's got meat, something that connects with
me. Was that the driving force behind writing this? Because you wanted to really put something out that is consistent
and
not
years,
fast food.
And then it just culminated with this time of like, okay, I need to say this because I was just at VidCon. I was invited guest. She came out. I was with the YouTube crew, and I'm like, we are not connecting. Yeah. We're saying more. Yeah. The noise is higher than ever, but we're not fucking connecting with each other. We're splitting even further apart. And what is that? That's not humanity.
Because we have lost
Because
philosophy.
We're all up here now.
Right.
We've lost the heart. The mind and the heart have separated. And it's all overthinking instead of coming from a place of, I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just trying to communicate. And that's where I think as an actor, and this is where, going back to the influencer, my biggest challenge when I'm working with that or the CEO is let it go. Let it quiet the mind.
It's like Taoism, right? And the less, it's inverted energy effect. Like the more you want it, the less you will achieve it. The more you let it go, the more it will come to you. We call this the effect of the reptilian center. We have something which is the oldest.
I've never heard that. Explain that.
So in our funny enough, again, a new triangle, we have 3 layers in our brain. The way of our brain, of how it developed, the oldest stem is called the reptilian center, which is not really responsible for thinking. Then we have the limbic system, and then we have neocortex, which is the iPhone, the latest funny, like the Tesla development, right? And so our reptilian center is 6 million years old. It's basically the bouncer in front of the club who decides who is hip enough to come in. And so when the reptilian center encounters information, it immediately decides whether or not this information is intriguing or boring, whether it's threatening or inspiring, whether it's suitable and valuable or too complicated and convoluted. So if the reptilian center in 0.0001618 seconds decides this information is valuable, then without any severely truncation, it gets passed on to the neocortex. If not, it will be chopped off in a way that our neocortex can comprehend, and so therefore we believe the information is not valuable. So if our reptilian center connects, then our instincts will follow. Our neocortex will provide the valuable refinement that it needs in order to be then reproduced in a way that it has impact. If not, you're just creating rubbish. It has no whatsoever no substance.
I think you just described social media.
and a guy like you, you immediately, you go to the bouncer in front of the expensive club and say, dude, I need to be in there. Otherwise the fucking party will suck. And he's like, dude, you're right, come in. And so everybody's like dancing happy. It's like in the 90s without cell phones at a Oasis concert. It's like,
limelight in them. Yeah.
That's like what I do. That's what I do at the like nightclubs or like a bars. Like I just like look super cute and it's like, can I come in? Like, yeah, of course, come in.
Yes, that's the reptilian. You described. Thank you. Way less complicated and strange. Right.
100% it works. So
it works.
Yes.
All right, you all heard it. There's the hack. I'm just gonna go be cute at the bounce. Okay.
But one last question. Yeah. So once you were like writing your chapters, were you trying to be more like, because it's difficult, right? At least for me, it is sometimes like, do I approach this chapter more technically, or should I give more inspiration, more motivation, or should I handle certain topics more, in a philosophical way? How do you go about writing?
I love how you just said that, because it really is making me flash back to, as I said, above us are 12 rules. My 12 rules, not everyone apply, rules, I should call them guidelines, whatever. It's something I've learned over coaching and being in this entertainment or I'm going to go back to what you said. The ability to get up in front of a camera, the ability to speak, that discipline is invaluable to you for the rest of your life and will be.
Yeah.
So I've had students and I'm like, look, even if you don't become an actor, what I'm pulling out of you is going to be genuine, and it's going to teach you to be genuine, and it's going to, right? So with that said, over the years and doing thousands, if not tens of thousands of self-tapes with actors, etc., I've come up with accidentally, and we'll call them the 12 rules. I made 13 because of social media. Now,
and back in the days we had 13 zodiacal signs.
Well, it's also my lucky number.
Yeah, no, of course.
So the reason I'm doing this is my number one rule is, up there, and they go in order, and and I had to print them, and then I literally had to spray paint them in the wall here on the studio, because when we're sitting in self-taping, I would be like, you screwed up on 6. Oh, go to 9. And all my different students or professionals would be like, you're right. I freaking got in my head, or I didn't make it memorable, or whatever, or each one of them. So for me, I was very blessed. I had 12 chapters already written. It was a matter of just fleshing it out. And what I did is I took it from, instead of where I could probably spend a day or two talking about each one, I was like, I want this book to be like 50, 60 pages.
More like a week.
I want it to be something you stick in your pocket.
Sure.
And I even said that.
Yes.
I'm like, I gave Cliff Notes, like we talked about Michael, with the one-eye dominance. And I was like what's your eye line? One is find your eye line.
Yes.
Find your fucking eye line.
Right.
So important. And I
lock
put
in
2 pages on it.
Yeah, and stay on that.
But I put YouTube references. Go watch him when he talks about the eye line.
Fantastic.
So that's where my book was really not even I wish I could say it was brilliance. Far from it. It's more of it's gleaned. It's a manual. It's grab this.
Nice.
Let's go shoot it.
I love
and
that.
then 13 was essentially, hey, we're in a new space now. Like this podcast, all this shit started. Social media met my manager for my manager, by the way, for my so where everything is so squishy and so mercurial.
Yes. Oh, that's
and it's so mercurial.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Hold this shit in my hand.
Yes, it's Hermes.
Like,
yeah, it's Hermes.
What do you do? Right.
The messenger of the God. He's given us a voice. Like, yeah,
you get it. So
Pandora's box is open now, and now it's about it's about like putting it into a nice container.
And I think we're in a renaissance period, and I'm so excited about it.
I agree. I'm 100%.
I'm a little scared with the AI. But scared in a
no,
way.
You shouldn't be. I mean, it's about like anything. Like think about it. In the 13th century, Rumi, the Sufis, like it's a branch of Islam, but it's actually it's a nice branch. It's a very benevolent, not the usual branch, right? And mind you, I grew up with Muslim people, and they're beautiful, but
yeah.
But so Sufi said, and that was already 13th century, there must be a field of ideas hovering above us that is invisible. But if we just spin long enough, we get access to it. And we can literally download any type of information. He said that, and I believe that, to be true. And so whether you get that technically, spiritually, whatever serves you.
I think science is even proving it now.
Yes, absolutely.
Getting there.
Right. And Bruce Lee once said, and I think like I'm practicing Wing Chun, and so for me, Shifu Lee is, he's Jeet Kune Do, everything. Like you can translate Jeet Kune Do into acting 101. It's like the effectiveness of the directness of, consulting your feelings. Like only Bruce Lee can come up with shit like this, but it's incredible. And in the end, he says something, take what's useful, no matter how impossible it seems. How many people will laugh about it, how everybody else deems it to be, absolutely ludicrous. Take that and incorporate that and leave aside everything that's useless, no matter how valuable other people think that is, and you will find something that truly belongs to you.
I love this. I'm scared because Luke's going to laugh. I feel like we just turned this into Joe Rogan because I've taught martial arts.
Oh, wow.
And yes, I've taught martial arts.
What?
Taekwondo, there's many Ishinru and many others.
Beautiful.
And the reason I say that is I believe wholeheartedly in what you're saying, even to the point where what you said about Bruce Lee, he took all the multidisciplinary and brought them together. And that's where I feel the world's coming to, where we've all been these silos. And if we're going through this weird flux where everything is coming together. And it's going to be a little clunky.
Of course,
shit's gonna get weird.
It's good. We need that. Like it's a filter.
The reason I say that Joe Rogan is I love what he said is all these martial arts styles and through UFC,
right?
And now you saw what the shit works. And, it's jujitsu, but
it's him. It's him.
And
it's him.
So going back on that kind of topic, I think whether you're coming from martial arts, acting, whatever, marketing, just
it's
society,
martial arts.
It's
art again,
fusion.
Right? It's the movement of it's the Taoism in movement, right? You move according to your inclination. You need something, you take that, and then you express it. That's the purest form. And again, people sometimes think when it's about acting, and this is so funny, it's about honesty. It's not necessarily about honesty, because we are not honest in our real life as well. Why do you want to be the prodigal son all of a sudden when you are forced to lie? Like all of a sudden now you want to become this purest angel of immaculate feelings and spirits. It's not necessary to be honest. It's necessary to be professional, and whatever serves you to entertain, to be useful for the hearts of your spectators in order to gain the pleasure and the recognition of the counterpart's brain, aka the reptilian center. You don't need to be honest. You need to be useful for them. And this is where art really heals you, because all of a sudden you don't make it only about yourself. It's not only about your reflection, narcissism. Yes, it's you who needs to train. Yes, it's you who need to apprehend. Yes, it's you who need to fail, realize, and implement, and then reproduce. But in the end, it's them that need to enjoy. Thank you.
All right. I honestly, at this point, I have about 4 more things that are going through my mind, and I know you and I could sit here forever. I can tell that already. There will be to be continued. Okay, real quick. What have I not asked you both that you would want to share? And likewise, is there something that you feel that there's something that we've because we've covered so
we've covered a lot today. Yes,
and thank you guys for staying and watching, and because it's great when people are watching, because obviously I'm enjoying it. Like I said, selfishly, I'm doing this for myself.
Likewise, I really was interested in kind of getting to know you a little bit better, and just being in this environment that is so inspiring.
I'm
your
sorry
studio
that didn't work out so well. But,
no,
hey, here we are on a podcast.
Don't James Gunn on me. You know you're valuable. Do you know you're valuable? You don't have to.
James Gunn, that's it.
Don't James Gunn.
Superman's hot right now. I need to go see it. Have you watched it yet?
No, not yet. Not yet. I grew up with him, of course. No, I feel like we've covered a lot. I don't want to overwhelm people or sometimes, you just throw stuff out there. It's like receive, realize, repeat. Receive, realize, repeat.
I love it.
It's like learning English. Think about it. Yeah, repeat, realize, repeat. Repeat, no.
Receive, realize,
repeat.
Yeah.
It's like how you learn new language.
Mm-hmm. And the language ultimately is art.
Yes,
yeah, that's the language of your soul. Whatever you choose, which language you want to talk through, whether it's sculptures, terracotta, whether it's ceramic pottery, you want to create rugs, you want to create songs.
It's create,
art. Receive, realize and repeat.
Come on, tell everybody what your company is. Come on.
Well, I don't want to tell for your podcast.
We're all in this together.
It's our podcast.
It's too late now, my dear.
Come on.
Okay, so my agency is, I don't call it a marketing agency. It's called a creative studios, but it's called a Wonder Lab Studios. So because my name is Alice, I wanted to.
Oh, nice.
Wonderlab
Beautiful.
Catch copy is marketing work like magic. So and then because I'm a millennium, I've seen a lot of marketing has been changed a lot, because my generation, we got iPhone when I was in high school, but we know how this phone works, and plus it used to be MySpace, Facebook, Instagram, now TikTok. So I've seen a lot, and then now I'm in marketing, so I help a lot of big name brands for marketing from Asia to the States or just American companies. But I'm just offering all the comprehensive marketing strategies, whatever they need. But also, I'm going to really use my Japanese hospitality and punctuality, high-end creatives, or just paid ads, influencer marketing, whatever they need. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to be the consultant for them.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell them what you need or how much you can pay, and then I can just fully customize their plan. So
where can we find you?
I'm rebuilding my website now. It's all pink. It's really cute. Once they are out, but
is that your favorite color, pink?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes. I'm not pink enough today.
It's a Miami rebranding.
Yeah, it's a Miami rebrand. Nice.
So I'm probably take over here to make everything for me.
There'll be a whole pink corner here.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's a wonderlab-studios.com.
Beautiful.
Wonderlab-studios.com. And we've already we saw your we'll fly.
Amore, you tell us
website.
Tell us.
And now,
tell everyone where they can find us.
Where can everybody find you guys?
It's readytoperform.com. You can also book a discovery session, 60 minutes, super intensive, where basically Lorenzo explains the method, how it works, and basically how we can know you, because it's a one-on-one coaching. So basically we need to understand what's your story, what's your mission, what are your goals, because we're gonna customize everything around the performer. So
I have to give you guys a huge shout out for that, because like I mentioned, I did not want to get into I became a acting coach by default as a fellow actor, because I had done many, many years in New York and around and done Broadway and off Broadway and and you learn all these tools because you have to learn your tools yourself. You have to do that without getting in a method and all that type of stuff, which I've gone, and that was a rough one. I have a chapter about that. But going back to a shout out to you guys is, I think when you get into a, how do I say it? I'm going to call it Temu acting. Okay? The Temu acting camp. Hey, pay my once a $300 workshop and come sit for 6 hours and watch all these other bozos act that don't. It breaks my heart that actors and people are spending this money, but they have no other alternative because acting is 100% customized. It is not. It's like going to a doctor and saying, "Hey, I'm bleeding," and they just give you a bandage. Where are you bleeding? Why are you bleeding?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, no, it doesn't make sense.
Right.
Yes, in the beginning you got to break down your boundaries and you have to break through some walls. And I'll give it that, like, okay, you do a few months in your general class, but then it gets to the point where it becomes real.
Yes.
And it becomes you.
Yeah.
And it has to do with you and how you are as a human, what your experience is, what you just said. So by you saying that and working with someone your caliber, you guys, I think it's great. And thank you for being in Miami. Thank you. You know, it makes me feel like I don't need to move. I've been here 20 years now.
Thank you, Miami, for having us.
And, you know, I don't know how somehow I just self-proclaimed I'm the welcome committee for Miami. But but after 20 years, I've been down here, and I'm just going to say, you know, moving from New York and just seeing it, I love what I'm seeing, bumping into now my social media manager myself and all this amazing stuff. And there's incredible people coming and thank you. And
thank you
so
guys, I don't know, hopefully let's go back to our family and our audience and Luke out there and say,
thank
guys,
you so much, man. Great work.
He's tough. He says it's
man,
good podcast. Okay. So what do we how do we close this out and just say thank you for watching? You know what? Post in the comments below the questions, because you guys are all there. Look, this is all my family. We're all right here.
Right.
I can get them back. It's not like I'm flying people in from around the world. And then also let you know how Japan goes. We'll film that and post that. And hopefully it's successful. Hopefully I'm allowed back into the country.
I have a hunch. I have a hunch.
You heard it right there.
Yeah.
Hey, can I call your dad? Can you get me back in the country? Yeah, actually can. Anyway, moving right along. Guys, thanks so much for getting it. And thank you both. And thank you for pulling.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Grazie
mille. Alla prossima.
Love y'all.
Love you.
Ciao.
Bye, guys.
How was that, Luke? Did we do okay?
Wow, that was nice.
I didn't even think.
Dude.